Five things anxiety made me feel. Anxiety became prominent in my life in force after I began working a stressful job to support myself. At first, my mind began to suffer. Then my body followed suit and began pushing back from the strain. At times, it seems, I was able to temporarily fix some of the symptoms of anxiety that were visible on the surface, but this didn't completely solve my suffering. I hadn't gone down deep enough to the root of my suffering. So anxiety stayed with me, emerging in different ways and varying degrees of torment for most of my life. My first symptom was when anxiety caused me excessive worry about the future. Before becoming an adult, I don't recall ever feeling too worried about what may come. But as an adult under pressure, my mind was continually focused on the future and what bad thing might happen, instead of on what was actually happening in my life at that moment. This continued until anxiety produced a stream of negative thoughts. Not all of the thoughts were negative that ran through my head, but my mind was continually running, whether I wanted it to be thinking or not, and often thoughts complaining about this or that began dominating my mental space. This is when anxiety caused me to feel panic. Troublesome thoughts in my mind continued to increase my worry, causing me to panic about whether or not I might lose my job, lose our home, lose my wife, lose my health, or lose my life. I was emotional too. The anxiety made me fearful, and often frustrated or angry, because of the mental negativity swirling about my brain. Then these panic states from my anxiety often made my heart pound. My chest would ache, and I often feared I was having a heart attack. This caused me to repeatedly rush to the hospital, only to be told that nothing was wrong with my heart. The panic attacks got so bad that my chest felt like a huge rock was sitting on it. Sometimes I couldn't breathe or move. Eventually, I recognized that lots of adrenaline running through my body caused these physical debilities because my panicking mind was telling my body a fight, flight, or freeze message. Even when better, I still noticed the anxiety created tension in my body. Even though I wasn't consciously aware of all the negative thoughts going on in my head, my anxious mind was still communicating to my body that there was something to fear. Hostile, fearful thinking was also occurring subconsciously, and my body was simply listening to what was being communicated to it by tensing up whenever undesirable thought activity was present in my brain. All of the things that I experienced from my reaction to stress, anxiety, were just symptoms of the underlying matter. This taught me that to begin to heal, I needed to look deeper than just my emotions and what I felt with my body. Thoughts preceded the resulting emotional and physical symptoms of my anxiety.